Oh shit, here we go again.
Disclaimer, please do not use this video as an excuse to go and play Yandere Simulator. I don't care if you guys want to talk about it, but just don't give the man any of your time or views. You can play a version of the game completed on Roblox. So, I don't know, do that instead. Hello everyone, this is Callimara here, and no, it's not calamari, and I am here today with the amazing, incredible, super talented, the introverted cartoonist.
Thank you. We're doing a little art challenge today. You guys like art, I hope?
I would hope so. If you're on our channels, I would hope art is your interest, yes.
And if you're also familiar with our channels, you'd know that both of us have covered, this is the word I'm going to use, the infamous Yandere dev with his infamous game.
Yeah.
I've had history for volunteering with him, and Callie has experience covering the situations that he's been in. Is that correct, Callie?
That is so correct. I met Jess. We got in contact a while ago, and it's
a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. We've been secretly friends behind the scenes for a while. And, you know, she was an actual volunteer on the game, and I've only been criticizing the game from the outside. So I don't know what it's like on the inside, so I thought this was an apt activity for us to try and do to, you know, relive that shared trauma. Why not?
And I mean, I have some stuff that I didn't cover in my video because of, you know, I didn't want to make it more than 6 parts on my TikTok, so maybe while I'm drawing, I'll share those with you guys.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad you decided to do that, because now we have content for this series, in case you guys, you know, want to see more.
Exactly. Show us you like it.
Yeah. We can't.
I will threaten you into liking it. Let me collaborate with people. Exactly. I am socially anxious. Exactly. I need to go outside.
She's an introvert, you guys.
So, we have, we'll call it an art challenge, right?
Yeah, so basically we're gonna be doing like these characters that nobody cares about, except us, evidently, and we're gonna try and make them cool.
So, we have some rules, if you want me to start going over that, Callie. We have to pick 3 to 4 characters each. This one, it's gonna be 3, but like, if we continue, it'll be like 4 characters each. We're allowed to edit the uniform that we're gonna decide together. We're gonna decide a school uniform, and we can edit it and make it all unique.
Yep, about that as well. For our redesigns, all the characters are in university. So they're like probably studying their bachelor's degrees, so no minors here.
We want to murder adults, not children.
Yeah. The only acceptable population to murder.
Exactly. At least as far as media is concerned. In real life, yeah, it's bad either way.
As far as
you want to continue. Whoa.
So we're gonna have 3 steals, which means if, for example, I get a character that Jess wants, Jess can use her steal to take that character from me, and vice versa. But we only get 3 steals for the entire hypothetical series if we decide to do more videos, depending on how you guys react to this. So yeah, we gotta use it carefully. We can't just be...
We gotta make it count.
Exactly. And also... Obviously, we're not just gonna redesign them. We're gonna, like, tweak their stories a little bit as well. So we can add lore, but we can't take away already established lore. So if a character sucks, they're just gonna have to suck. But, I don't know, maybe we can make them suck in a more interesting way.
So those are the rules.
Exactly. Them's the rules, kids. Here we go.
Did the wheel spinning? I see it spinning. Alright. What'd I get? Is it done spinning yet? I can't tell. I'm blindfolded.
It's Sakubasu or something.
Saku
I have no idea. Just disclaimer, I have no idea who any of these bitches are.
I think it's it's the Basu sister. It's the succubus and incubus. I got the succubus, I believe.
I'm gonna be that name that
hell yeah
just pissed me the fuck off. So. I'm just
Alright,
upset.
spin it again.
Okay.
It's fine, it's your turn. Spin, be happy.
Spin, be happy.
Do it. We're making things better here.
Umeji Kizuguchi. Who is that? Our second characters now.
Alright, spin. I'm ready.
You got Gita Yamahato.
How do you spell that? Oh, it's one of the music characters.
Oh, as
it's
in guitar and Yamaha. I'm gonna.
I
kill
think so,
myself.
probably.
I'm gonna. Okay, I need to call him.
I'm gonna find what instrument she plays just so it'll
The
annoy you
guitar.
more.
The guitar.
A full-size guitar, yep.
Uh-huh. No freaking way! I got Himari Fujita!
Who'd you get?
Himari Fujita. A Himari.
Oh, you got Himari. Oh, I think she's a gardening club member.
No way. Oh yeah, I see her. She's cute.
Yeah.
And also, if you...
What are the odds you got that?
I know, right? If you guys remember, I actually renamed Ayano in my rewrite series as Himari. So that's fun. That's super fun. You got Kuroko Kamenaga. I bet this is a basketball club member.
Oh, wait.
Yaku Atsuzawa. Who is that?
Describe them to me. I don't feel like opening my Safari.
I've just opened the wiki, and he's a nerd. And we also have like a surprise fourth character we're gonna be doing. We're gonna draw
Each other.
Applause! Everybody clap!
Yeah.
Everybody get up and clap right now. However, here's the hitch. If you want to see my design, you're gonna have to go and watch Jess's video, which is on Jess's channel, as well as the characters
Heck yeah.
that she's gonna be designing from the wheel.
So if you want to see both of our drawings, you're gonna have to watch both videos in order to see what each other completed. You know? We're making it so you watch both. Enjoy the content.
That about sums it up.
You get double the fun.
Yep. Okay. We're gonna head off now and do our respective redesigns, and we'll see you guys when it's all done.
Okay, so I always believed that to design a character is to know a character. Since we're basing these designs off of pre-established lore, I went to the Yandere Simulator Wiki to learn about these characters, and honestly, the 3 characters I got didn't really bring up all that much lore-wise, which is surprising considering how long these girls have existed for. Gita Yamahato's story I can add a lot onto. She's practically a blank slate, so here's what I came up with for my redesign of her and her story. Gita is an only child, carefree with a little bit of a rebellious side. Growing up, she took up multiple hobbies to occupy herself outside of her education while her parents worked. She likes sewing, making jewelry, spending time with her friends, but most importantly, she adores playing the guitar. She'll spend hours outside in order to not bother her father with her music. When she started attending Akademi University, Gita became friends with the leader of the Light Music Club. For the story's sake, let's call her Asune. Asune played the violin and really inspired Gita. They quickly became friends. Asune was in her last year of education, along with a few other members of her club. They struggled to find new students interested in joining, and in the last few months before she left, Asune gave the club to Gita, entrusting her to keep the club alive while she moved on to her career after university. Gita, only knowing how to play the guitar, mostly kept the club titled Light Music Club for namesake only, using the club as sort of a hangout spot for her and her friends. One day, Miyuji, after an unexpected change in her personality, has an idea to turn the Light Music Club into an actual punk rock band. Gita, wanting Asune's legacy to live on, allows Miyuji to become the new club leader in order to give their club an actual purpose. However, Gita is suspicious of the sudden change of their once most quiet club member. I wanted Gita's design to really reflect her personality. She's laid back, so most of her clothing is loose and drags downwards. She slouches despite being super tall and is always relaxed. I wanted to keep the color scheme relatively the same, so I kept the green, but I removed the plum dark purple, replacing it with a black instead to make her colors feel more balanced and natural because we already have the light purple from her uniform. I added more musical elements to her appearance. I gave her more visible freckles because I found the freckles that they said she has really weren't that visible. I put jewelry and piercings to show her interest and her rebellious upbringing. She loosens her tie and collar, finding the uniform to be a bit stiff. I added stickers onto her guitar case to make it feel more like it's uniquely hers. And there she is. So, how do you think I did, Callie?
You did such a great job, Jess. She looks like she'd be a poison-type gym leader, and she'd be right at home among Team Yell, which is to say super cool and super punk. I love how the green works with the black and the purple of her school uniform. I'm really digging the hat. It is so cute and really helps balance the color cohesion. Her pose as well is so cool, and as always, I love the facial expressions you do. But before we get into the video, I just want to talk about a company that has really changed my life when it comes to selling art prints, and that company is Printful, who is also the sponsor of this video. Printful is a print-on-demand company that does all their printing in-house and has worked with brands like Coca-Cola, Spotify, MTV, and CBS, so they'll definitely have the experience and resources to get your artist alley needs taken care of. What is print-on-demand, you ask? Well, it's exactly how it sounds. You print the products as soon as you get an order, so you don't need to worry about storage or delivery. This also means that there's zero upfront costs for you when you want to start selling, which also means zero financial risk because you're not sinking any capital to start your business. For the past few months, I've been using Printful to sell art prints on my Etsy store. Go check that out if you'd like a physical copy of my art, by the way. And honestly, I would not have been able to fulfill the orders I've received as well as I have if not for Printful. I think this applies to anyone outside of the US who is looking to sell to their US audience because of the tariffs or because of logistics like shipping or storage. And that's just one of the perks of using Printful because all their production and warehouses are based in the US and their item quality is guaranteed. That way, all you have to do is focus on making your art, setting up a listing on your store, and once you get an order, Printful handles the rest. It has been such a big help for my income, and so far my customers are all super pleased. So start using Printful today. Now on with the video. The next character I got is Umeji Kizuguchi. So Umeji is one of the delinquents, but not just any delinquent because he is also the current leader while Osoro is absent as her right-hand man. I think of the three characters I got to redesign, he is definitely the most interesting, both visually and story-wise. Which is saying quite a lot because getting to his redesign was also when I realized that Alex really does not give a shit about his male characters. So expect this to be the exception and not the rule. But what makes Umeji and the delinquents in general interesting to me is the fact that they hate bully characters. And the whole reason behind them being delinquents in the first place is because they were bullied. So the whole intimidating tough guy personas were just a way for them to not be easy targets like they used to be. And Umeji is actually a prime example of this because according to the wiki, he actually originally had pink hair but bleached it blonde to seem tougher. And I personally really like that detail. I can totally imagine Umeji and the delinquents originally being a bunch of soft-spoken and shy kids with maybe some geeky interests who were bullied so hard that they had to become someone completely different in order to protect themselves. But in doing so, I think they're actually jeopardizing their future because I highly doubt they're taking their academics or crime records seriously. So applying this to their design, it makes sense why their outfits as delinquents are really kind of pathetic attempts at trying to look tough. But let's try to elevate it, shall we? I think my biggest problem with Umeji's design is the fact that he looks like he's already showing signs of male pattern baldness at such a young age, and that really sucks for him. I'll be completely honest, guys, I absolutely despise his hairstyle, especially on his 3D model. His hair just blends too much with his skin color, which only exacerbates his balding problem. He definitely looks much better in his character art, but otherwise, he is just rough to look at. I wonder if Alex based Umeji's hair off of himself. In any case, that was one of my top priorities when it came to something I had to fix in Umeji's redesign. I wanted him to still look kind of punk though, so I decided to give him a nice fade while giving him some much needed length at the top. The rest is just showing off more of his tough guy front. I thought it would be cooler for him to wear his jacket off shoulder because for one, it makes him seem like he doesn't care about the rules, and for the other, it would help him look more like the leader of the delinquents. Maybe he was copying Osoro. Design-wise, it also gives him some more bulk to his frame because I wanted to keep his lanky physique as an homage to the fact that he's not really a tough guy. He's just pretending to be one, and it's all an act. I also wanted to incorporate more of the fact that he originally has pink hair, so because his hair is longer in my redesign, I decided to have some of his pink roots growing in. If I were to rewrite him, and if I got the opportunity to redesign the other delinquent members, I would probably give them all a really dorky or cute hobby that they were bullied for. For Umeji, I think it would be cute if he was really into collecting trading cards, kind of like those Pokemon card collectors, except he doesn't really try to pull the high value ones, he pulls for specific cards that he likes, maybe of like really cute Pokemon. Even though they're not worth anything, he's just very passionate about it. Now just imagine poor sweet Umeji getting picked on by the bullies. Maybe they steal his most prized collection, mocking him for his interests and then ruining it. I imagine he probably stopped coming to campus for a while after that, and when he eventually came back, he was completely different. So here he is. Let me know what you think of my redesign.
I love that you added his pink roots. The original design had issues before of not conveying that his hair was dyed, which is very important to his character. I think that you made Umeji look so much more like the temporary leader of the delinquents, because in-game, if you didn't know that already, you wouldn't be able to tell at a glance that he is the leader. I like the over-the-shoulder cape thing you did, which gives him a more, like, boxy silhouette, which in shape language, squares showcase that he's strong and reliable, which shows why Usuro would make him the leader while she's away. I love your redesign of him, and he actually looks tough, but it still shows the softness that he once had. Kuroko Kamenaga's story stays relatively the same in my rewrite, and unfortunately I can't change the messed up parts. Kuroko was born into a rich family, leading her to have a studious and strict personality. This would lead her to having something to prove and needing to feel worthy of her parents by putting her studies above everything else. Apparently as a kid she killed someone's dog by feeding it something she shouldn't have. From what I read, it's for some blackmail purposes in the game's story, maybe, I think? And as per the challenge rules, I can't change that. So let's work it into making the story make a bit more sense towards Kuroko's character and story. Once at Akademi, she aspires to achieve the highest grades possible. The year prior, she became the president of the student council. However, this year, she lost the debate to the final rival of the game, Megami Psycho. Megami invited her to be her vice president, a position that Kuroko takes very seriously, taking on presidential duties whenever Megami is gone. Now, for my little flavorful add-ons to the story, Kuroko's parents own a very successful company. They told their 3 children that one day they'll hand over their business to whichever child they deem most worthy. Kuroko would then have the need of proving herself, not just to her parents, but to anyone, maybe even needing to convince herself that she's the most worthy of this position. She needs to feel like she's the most superior person in whatever room she's in, to the point of annoyance. She puts in every part of herself into her studies, handing in assignments days in advance, always doing the extra credit work. She'd probably be that one kid who reminds the teacher that they had homework last night. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is she's an overachiever fueled by parental influence and a sibling rivalry. As for her accidentally killing a dog, I feel like that incident in her past would make her feel incredibly guilty, making her try even harder to prove that she's a good person deep down. Kuroko would do her best to not let people know what had happened, trying to erase it from history, but perhaps those rumors floating around the university as of late is the reason that she lost her presidency this year. For her redesign, I wanted to add a few more turtle motifs instead of the only thing being turtle themed about her was her earrings. Like, for example, I added the turtle shell patterns to a few spots and made the bow on the back of her hair to have the same shape as a sea turtle fin. How is that possible for a bow, you ask? I don't know. Let me have fun with the design, alright? I made her bangs have a bit more logical sense, you know, measured and proper to show her straight and narrow personality.
They just need someone with strong resolve to keep them on that straight and narrow.
I gave her a headband to keep her hair neat, and other than that, I feel like Kuroko wouldn't add any more major alterations to her student council uniform, as she would find it to be a useless distraction to fuss over such frivolous things. I made her shorter than most students, so she'd wear heels to give herself a bit more authority. So, Callie, what are your thoughts on how I redesigned Kuroko?
I'm so in love with how well you convey emotions through your characters' faces. You're so good at making distinct character designs, and it's one of the things that really drew me to your art in the first place. I really love the uptight body language you've got her in. You can really tell what her personality is with just a single glance, which is, to me, the measure of a good character design. On top of that, I love her glasses change so much. It makes her look like a curmudgeonly old lady, and I love that for her. I also love the detail of her uniform having reversed colors. It's so cool, and the pencil skirt is so sleek. Man, I'll definitely be stealing that the next time we do this. And now we have our super special bonus character design, the introverted cartoonist herself. You guys know that over the years, I like to do this thing where I design myself into the shows and games that I like, but this time, I'll be having someone else designing me, and it will be into a game that I really don't like. So if you want to see that, be sure to go and watch Jess's part of our collab. But for this video, I get the honor of drawing Jess's art Sona, and I'm very excited to be able to draw her because her design captivated me the first time I saw her. I just love Jess's art in general. It's super unique and expressive, and it's an art style that, if I saw it when I was a kid, I definitely would have tried to copy. Jess said that she wanted her character to be in the art club due to her shy and anxious personality, and she uses her art to express the story she's been unable to tell, which pretty much sums up her entire channel too. Jess does storytime videos to speed draws and animatics, and it's genuinely one of my favorite comfort genres to watch when I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed out. It reminds me of the good old days of YouTube when Jaden Animations and the Odd Ones Out were just starting out. So for her pose, I did a more closed, reserved position to try and showcase her shy and anxious personality. And funnily enough, it's actually the opposite direction to Himari's pose, but I think that balances it out. So I have 2 girls and 2 boys with open and closed body languages. As for her design, I wanted something that alluded to her Sona's current outfit. So I went with an open button shirt with the tie for her choker. I had her keep her boots, which I've always loved, by the way. They remind me of Dawn's boots from Pokemon Diamond Pearl Platinum, and she will always be best girl to me, though with a bit more detail. And to add some flair to the coat, I made the same shoulder cutouts as the one in her original design, along with their ribbon ties. These ribbon ties ended up becoming the common motif throughout her design, which I think gave it a really cute coquette feel. I had the most fun drawing her hair though. It's so big and poofy and it really has a lot of character. It low-key kind of reminds me of the way Jaden draws her character's hair, and I'm a big fan of Jaden also, so this is a win for me. I actually forgot to really incorporate art club elements in her design until I had already finished everything, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm missing something here. So that was my bad. I had actually already shown Jess the final work of her character, so don't tell her I'm changing it up again at the last minute. It'll be a surprise.
Wait, what? No, let me see. Come on.
That being said, here she is.
Comparing me to Jaden, I definitely haven't heard that one before. I'm just messing with you, Callie. I'm glad that I remind you of a YouTuber that you like. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen anyone redesign the background characters of Yandere Sim. It's always just the rivals that YouTubers usually do. So I'm glad that we're making this and bringing awareness to how deeply problematic its creator is. And how much he doesn't care about the game that he's actually making. Speaking of Callie, I know you've seen my Yandere dev video and how I used to volunteer for the game, but there's some things I didn't cover due to the fact that I was limited to how long I could make the video at the time, and also because those other things were so small I didn't bother mentioning them. Yandere dev wanted me to make an animatic section for a video after asking me if I wanted to redo the thumbnails I had made the year prior. Basically, this segment was for Yandere dev to state the difference between proof and evidence. But I was never told what the video as a whole would have been about. Keep in mind, this was like a year or two before he was caught for grooming a minor, so I don't think the video would have been about that before you guys get any ideas. So for this video segment, right, I think I had to redraw the sketches for the animatic like 3 to 4 times before I decided to quit volunteering for Yandere Sim because I was just over it. Like, he kept asking changes from someone he never planned on paying ever. But yeah, here are the sketches from that, and while I show them, I'll read the script he gave me, and I'll give my best imitation of Yandere dev, just so that you get a piece of this lost media, alright? Basically, the script would go like this. Imagine you hear a gunshot on the other side of a door. You open the door and see me, standing there with a smoking gun, standing next to a corpse with a gunshot wound in its head. You can look at the smoking gun in my hand and consider it to be evidence that I shot someone. However, you can't call it proof that I shot someone. There's a security camera in the room. By checking the recording, we learn that someone else shot the victim and then put the gun in my hand and ran away. This would be called proof rather than evidence, because it establishes an objective truth and leaves behind no room for doubt. But yeah, I removed this part from my original video because there's not really much to criticize Yandere dev over other than furthering the point that he didn't care about the work that I was doing for him. If you aren't gonna pay someone, you aren't in the place to ask for so much, right? Remember, folks, if people are working for free, appreciate what they are doing and don't ask them to redo the same thing a dozen times to try and make you happy, which he was never ever happy. He would always ask me to change stuff even if it was done a year ago, you know? It's so ridiculous. So yeah, if you want to be made happy, pay your staff.
And that's all the redesigns for this video. Let me know which one was your favorite, and if you'd like to see more videos like this from us. But that's all from me. If you made it this far, thanks so much for hanging out in my channel for a while. I hope your skin didn't get too pruny. Big shout out to my lovely sea bunnies on Patreon. If you want to become a sea bunny and get extra perks like a free commission from me, join my Patreon. If you want to see more from me, then please follow me on all my social media. If you want to submit fan art or chat with me, join my Discord server. And if you want more of my stories, check out my Wild Word series here on YouTube because that will make me really happy.
Hey there, cartoonist again. I'm here. If you'd like to see more of me, check out my channel, The Introverted Cartoonist. I do a little bit of everything, so surely you'll find something you like. My bread and butter is story times, but I also talk about art and do Let's Plays because story times take a long time to make. So check me out if you're interested, and I hope I get to do this with Callie again. See ya!
All the links are in my description, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye! Time together is never quite enough.